What's going on, guys? It's your boy NTG back at again with another video, and today's video is very special. I know we have pre-breakout video, so I know you guys been waiting for this for a long time. I've been waiting to post this, but you guys know I've been forward testing this for like 7 months, so I wanted to do that before I actually showed you guys the strategy. But this is going to be a great strategy for you guys, especially for those that struggle with trading the breakout, because I know there's a lot of manipulation and mind games that the market does in order to, take out your positions on the breakout. All right, guys. So make sure you guys are taking a lot of notes. I'm going to be going through the examples. I'm going to be using Bitcoin and gold as far as examples of the patterns and what to look for as far as pre-breakout and the requirements in order for it to be a pre-breakout strategy. All right, guys. So I hope you guys are excited for this video, man. I'm trying to go live this week. What do you guys think? I'm trying to go live this Sunday. I think let's get this video to 400 likes by Sunday, and I'll do a live analysis for you guys. All right, guys. So I appreciate you guys. We just hit 13K. That's pretty much it. All I have to say, man. I know you guys want to get straight into the video, so I'm not going to make that intro long. So you already know how we like to do it. We're going to roll the intro, getting straight to it. Let's get it. All right, guys, so here we are on Bitcoin. All right, I'm gonna just show you guys some pre-breakout trades that I took this on Bitcoin, so I'm gonna be going over the overview. Okay, so the first requirement that we need for pre-breakout obviously is the pattern. Okay, now the two patterns that I normally use pre-breakout on are only flat patterns and wedges. I don't use them on triangles. That's gonna be like for a separate video. But for the flag patterns and the wedges, this is where it is most effective. All right, guys. So first thing we want to do is we want to draw our pattern, right? So we have a rising flag here, right? Easily. All right. So we want to draw out the pattern, and then we want to create our zones. Now, I know you guys, some of you guys are new to the channel, and you guys ask me, NTG, why you put your trend lines and your patterns and zones? Well, that's because I have, it's just my opinion that, the market does not react to a straight line. It always reacts inside the zones. Okay. And these zones that you draw out can definitely help you identify manipulation or not get you into false breakouts, because a lot of traders just put one line and you see like this can be considered a breakout, this can be considered a breakout. But if you have the zone, it will actually protect you because it's reacting to the zone as far as getting into breaks out. So it's a lot easier in that sense. Okay, so we need our pattern first. The second thing we need now is our pre-breakout zone. Okay, this is very important. You cannot use pre-breakout without this zone. Okay, so we're on a rising flat pattern, so ideally we want to look for a sell. Okay, so when we have a rising flag, we want to look for a sell. When we have you can do a rising flag or wedge, we want to look for a sell. A falling flag and a falling wedge, we want to look for buys, and you want to stick to that. Okay, guys, this is not, I know I tell you guys not to be one-dimensional traders as far as breakouts. Okay, breakouts, but this is a pre-breakout. All right, so we have to be diligent on following the rule of, it's rising, okay, we're going to look for sell. It's falling, we're going to look for a buy. Okay, so keep that in mind. So this only works for that certain pattern. Okay, so we have to stick to that. So now what we need is an ideal zone. So we're in a rising flag, so what we need to do is we need to look left. Okay, now I recommend you guys use the pivot point high low, so you guys can identify your pivot point area. So you just want to look left and you want to find an ideal zone to look for. Okay, a resistance. Okay, so we're going to mark up this resistance here. This is what we do here. All right, so let me go back here, go all the way back to the pattern, and this is where we want to do our pre-breakout zone. Okay, right, and now you guys may be asking, NTG, how come you didn't mark up this resistance? I didn't mark up that resistance because we need 3 touches and a push to the downside. Okay, so we had 1 touch. This is a touch, but it's not a push. We need a touch and a push back. You guys see that difference? This is just a touch, but we need a touch and a pushback. Okay, that's the first one. Touch, pushback. That's the second one. So now that we got the 2, okay, the third one is where we can actually enter a pre-breakout, or if we get it to the 4th one, the 5th one, etc. All right, but we need at least 2, and the third touch is what gets into that zone. So we need a touch and a pushback. We need a second touch and a pushback. This is what we need. This is a requirement. Okay, if we do not have these, okay, this is not pre-breakout. You cannot trade pre-breakout if all these requirements are not in place. Okay, so this is why I marked up the resistance up here, because the resistance for pre-breakout here wouldn't work because this is only the second touch. This is not the third touch. So we need the third touch in order for this to work. Okay, now we need to get back into our zone. So this is when we can switch down to the 15-minute. Okay, and then now you guys already know what we're waiting for in the zone plus the trend line. I mean, not the trend line, the falling flag, the rising flag pattern here on the 15-minute, or if you want a key entry, the 5-minute, and we're waiting for that pre-breakout. We need to get to that zone, and we're waiting for that 1, 2, 3 engulfing. Okay, so as soon as we see the 1, 2, 3 engulfing, we can enter the trade right away. So this is our 1, 2, 3 engulfing, and you want to put stops right above the zone. And then now all we need to do is we need to ride out the pre-breakout. Okay, so we're in the trade. Okay, and all we need to do is just let it run until we get the breakout. All right, we're letting it run until we get the breakout. So we got a nice key entry. We're not worried about that. It's just retesting our zone. And then there's the breakout. Okay, now what's so significant about the pre-breakout, right? We find our zone, okay, and then we go into the 5-minute for our falling flag pattern. We wait for it to hit the zone. Okay, make sure guys that we're in the pattern and the zone. We have to be both at the same time. We can't just be in the zone like this. It doesn't work that way. It has to be in the zone and within the pattern. Okay, and then we enter the trade. Now what's so significant about pre-breakout? Okay, the significant part about it is we avoid all the manipulation that happens in the market. I know you guys been through this a lot. When you enter a breakout, you're confident in it, and then what happens is the market plays these manipulation games, right? It will drop, and then it'll come back up, you know, hit a couple stop losses. Even on a retest, like you guys see here, it's consolidating, and then boom, it'll come back up to the upside. I know some of you guys will go aggressive, and it will margin call you out because of all this manipulation. What happens? It looks like it's about to drop again. Okay, it's dropping, and then boom, it starts to retrace again. And we don't want to enter all this mess, right? You guys see it here. We have all this mess here, all of this mess going on here. And this is why I love pre-breakout so much, because we avoid that. We're not even sweating here because our entry is all the way up here, all the way up there. We're not even sweating this. This is nothing. We're already swimming in profit while everybody else has positions here and here and here and here, and they're all struggling to hold their positions because the market is just playing games with them. And I found this a lot as far as the breakout. So I'm like, man, like how can I enter earlier and avoid all of this? And this is when I came up with pre-breakout. So this is the thing as far as all that manipulation that we get to avoid. And now the second, okay, significant thing about pre-breakout is scaling in. Okay, you need pre-breakout to scale in. Okay, you need a lot of skill to not use pre-breakout and scale in. Okay, why do you need pre-breakout to scale in? Because it puts us in a profit range. Okay, now look, we are already 200. All right, 200 points into Bitcoin post pre-breakout, right? Now, if you had entered here, of course, we will be in drawdown. But since we entered at pre-breakout, we have so much free margin, so much profit. We can scale in wherever we want. We can enter another position here. You can enter another position at the retest. You guys know the retest. You can either draw fibs for that 50% retracement, or you can just wait for it to get to structure. And you're like, oh, there's an engulfing right there, 50%. Boom, scale in right there. And you can confidently scale in because you're so much in profit that any retracement is not gonna even shake your account because you're so deep in profit. And that's why you guys look at my account like, man, NTG, like, how do you have all those positions in? And it's like, if you guys look at my profits, you guys see like my first 2 or 3 initial positions, they're already 50 pips, 60, 70 pips in profit. And that's why I'm able to aggressively scale in and not blow my account because I have so much free margin to use. And that's the key thing about pre-breakout. And we're avoiding all of this. We're avoiding all of that ranging. And we're just sitting back and we're just waiting for the market to continue to drop. And we're waiting for it to continue to drop. And we're holding it. We're holding it, and then boom. And it continues to drop. And we're catching in all the pips. And you guys see here, all that manipulation, we're not worried about it because we're already in deep. Okay. And that's the other significant thing about it. All right. And one more thing about it is that this does not, it's not restricted to sessions. I know I tell you guys to only trade the London and New York session, but with pre-breakout, we can enter any session we want. We can enter at the Asian session here. Okay. I'm pretty sure I have a lot of pre-breakouts that happen during the Asian session. So if we can go to our session indicator, all right. All right. So sometimes we'll have the Asian session. We're not Asian session here, but sometimes we have the Asian session and you'll be like, oh, but NTG said not to enter the sessions. Well, with pre-breakout, you can enter on the Asian session, wait for it to get out of consolidation right before the break. And then we can hit the break right there. All right. So I'm going to give you guys another example on gold on a falling. Okay. So a falling pattern. So we'll be right back. All right, guys. So here we are on gold. We have a nice falling wedge pattern here. Okay, guys. So with the falling wedge pattern, we want to look for support. Okay. We're on the 1 hour right now. We want to look for support because you guys got to remember that with falling patterns, we look for support. Rising patterns, we look for resistance. Okay, guys. So the first thing, of course, that we need is our touches. So we have our first touch and our pullback to that pattern. We have our second touch and the pullback. So now that third touch, you guys know, is where we can start looking for trades. Now, does it happen for every single touch? For the third one? No, of course not. It will happen on pre-breakout, can happen on the 4th touch, the 5th touch, etc. Okay, but I see most of the time that when we get that 1, 2, that 3 right there, 3 or 4, that's when pre-breakout likes to, activate itself and we can get into some pre-breakout. So now you guys know, now we can look for that support. So we want to look left and we want to find our support right there. And you guys can see we're also reacting to that support right here. Okay. So now we just got to wait for a pattern. Okay. This works for any time frame, guys. You guys can use this for any time frame. All right. So things you can look for. Let's use a different. Okay. Let's use the double bottom. Right. So we have a nice double bottom and we can enter the trade here. Okay. You guys don't always have to use the 1, 2, 3 engulfing. Okay. You guys can use inside candlestick. You can use dojis, double tops, double bottoms. It's whatever you like to confirm. I'm just giving you guys a different, I'm diversifying it so you guys can use different things. And you're just not restricted to one, candlestick confirmation because there's so many and so many of them work. You don't have to just look for engulfings all the time, So we had a nice double bottom here. So I'm going to go ahead and enter that trade on pre-breakout. If we do successfully get pre-breakout, we will be 100 pips in profit already. Okay, so we had our support there, and as you can see, gold looks like it's moving. Boom, we're already 100 pips in profit. Okay, all we did was draw our flag pattern, right? We drew out our flag pattern, we look left for our support, and now we want our confirmation with the support, with the pattern, support and the pattern at the same time. And then we enter that trade for pre-breakout, and all we do is sit and wait for the market to break out, and we are already 100 pips in profit. You can lock in stop loss here. Now you can start scaling in. You say, okay, I can start adding position here. I have a position right here, and this is how I'm able to scale in so deep. You know what, I'm gonna add another position on that drawdown there, wait for the market to come back up, as you guys can see, and then you can scale in here if we get confirmation, you know, for like an engulfing. Okay, yeah, you can add another position right there, scaling in using price and just letting the market go. You know, and of course, if you use your fibs or whatever to take TP, it's the same thing. You go from the bottom, from the break. Okay, whatever you want to hit at the 1.5 or the 2, it doesn't matter. You know, it's whatever you like to do. Okay, all right, guys. So key things that we need to remember for pre-breakout. Okay, so with fallings, okay, falling patterns, we have to look for support. Okay, for rising patterns, we need to look for resistance. Okay, those are the first two things, right? Now we need to wait for our touches. We need to wait for our 1, 2, and then our third touch is where we can look for our pre-breakout. Now that we got our third touch, now we need to look left and draw out either our support or our resistance. Now, fourth thing, we need to go to our zone plus the pattern structure. Okay, and we need to look for confirmation, whether it's the 1, 2, 3 engulfing, a doji, a hammer, double top, double bottom, okay, inside candlestick. It doesn't matter. You can, whatever confirmation you have for yourself, that's what you want to look for to enter the trade on pre-breakout. And then all you need to do from that point is put stop loss right below the structure and just let the market run. Okay, and then as soon as we get that breakout, that's when you can start scaling in. That's when you can start adding positions. Don't add positions, you know, during the pre-breakout. Don't do that. Wait for confirmation that, okay, gold wants to push up, it wants to go bullish, and that's what you want to wait for to start adding positions. And then we can start running up the profit even more, because we're already 100 pips in profit there. All right, guys, so that is the full breakdown of pre-breakout. There's not like much to it. It's just the fact that I've been holding it back for so long because I wanted to keep you know, forward testing it, making sure that is as profitable as it seems. And yes, the pre-breakout got some good opportunities for me, great flips. So I hope you guys can use this to you know, make some profits in the market, and hopefully pre-breakout will help you guys avoid, you know, a lot of market manipulation. I know it happens a lot on breakouts, so hopefully pre-breakout can definitely help you guys finally get out of that manipulation and not get scared of pullbacks, because you're already so much in profit. All right, guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video, man. Please give it a thumbs up if you guys want to see more videos like this. Like I said before, guys, if you guys can get this video to 400 likes by Sunday, I'll do a live analysis for you guys here on the channel. All right, guys, so make sure you guys have post notification on, because if you guys don't have post notifications set to all, you're not gonna get notified when I go live. Okay, and I do surprise lives on my channel, so make sure you guys are aware of that. Make sure you guys post notification on so you can get that plus more videos. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, because I'm gonna have even more content just like this. All right, guys, so like I said before, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was your boy NTG, and I'm out. Peace.